proud of you guys, man. I'm so proud of you. Again, how about our quarterback? Trev, unbelievable. Parker Washington, get up! Dude, Darian Jones! And then, being at your best when your best is required, pinning them at the 1 yard line. Hey, so proud of you. I love you guys. The job's not even completely, even close to being done. Ain't even close. Not even close. Okay, but that's one more, man. That's 11. That's 11. All right, but we just a small market team. Thank for the play. We just a small market team. Guys, I'm so proud of you. I love you guys so much. Man, we're going to enjoy this flight back. Enjoy it, and let's get ready to roll on Wednesday, guys. Let's get ready to roll.
Hey, love you guys, man. Great job coming in here, getting a win against a really good team, but we're a good team.
Yes, we are.
We got 2 more left. Every one of them's huge, man. Come back ready to work on Wednesday. Enjoy the next couple of days. Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Let's go. Victory Monday.
Cheers, baby. Just
Cheers
a small
to that.
small market podcast covering a small market team.
Coming to you live from Small Market, Jacksonville, Florida.
Dude, there's nothing small about us. I was so excited, and I'll say this: I'm so not relieved. I'm just happy for the team because I think so many guys on this team deserve that win.
They've earned it. This is the most hype Victory Monday we've had all season. A couple weeks ago was obviously a big one, beating the Colts. This one is huge. You can feel it across the whole city. You go to Publix, you see everybody wearing their Jags gear.
Yeah, there was a lot of Jags gear that I didn't see out the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Today I saw almost everybody wearing Jags.
It's everywhere.
It was great to see.
This small market city really comes to life when the Jaguars are beating the big name Sean Payton Broncos.
Hell yeah. Don't give Jacksonville a good team. I was telling we had James Coleman on the podcast on Wednesday a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, people don't realize that Jacksonville is primed for a great fan base.
Absolutely.
Any franchise that loses as much as they did throughout all those years, you're going to start seeing a decline in attendance. But they don't realize Florida Gator fans are rowdy. Florida State fans are rowdy.
Yes.
Georgia Bulldog fans are rowdy. We got all 3 right here in Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
So it's great to see the team. I'm very happy for a lot of guys. Liam, Trevor, the whole front office, Tony Baselli. There's so much praise to go around. Hats off to everybody.
I got Tony Baselli's signature on the top of my hat about a week or so ago. The OG Jaguar. It's funny how him coming into the office, being an official member of this team, happens to coincide with having one of the best seasons since he was a player.
100%. I think I was telling somebody asked me on Twitter today. They said, "Hey, this is great and all, but I just hope we can keep the staff around." And I said, "The staff's not going anywhere." No. That's the best part about it. That's what makes this whole thing beautiful, because if you really think about it, Tony Baselli wouldn't take really another job. I don't think he necessarily wanted this job ever, but he just realized how bad Jacksonville needed it and how bad the Jaguars needed it.
Absolutely.
So he came in and kind of saved the day. You know what I mean? He was the only one that was really loyal and trusted within the franchise, within the ownership, really.
Yes.
With Shad Khan. And then for him to hire Liam, the whole thing with Tampa, get him back and forth.
Whatever went down there.
Whatever happened, I'm so glad it happened.
Absolutely. Whatever role Tony Baselli played in making sure we got Liam and Gladstone, Jimmy Stones, huge, man. We don't know what Tony's day-to-day necessarily looks like, but if he went to Shad and said, "Look, man, that Liam Cohen guy, that's your guy."
Yeah.
And then when we were interviewing GMs and he said, "Look, man, that James Gladstone guy, that's your guy." We should all be thanking Tony Baselli just for that.
I agree. I think it's a great point. But I was telling him too, you don't have to worry about the coaching staff leaving.
Right.
You got, you don't have to worry about Trevor going through another offensive system. I would sign Liam Cohen to an extension today.
Yeah.
Like, I think Liam Cohen deserves an extension his first year. I don't know if that's ever happened, but I would lock him up forever. Give him a pay raise, something. And then obviously Gladstone, I think he wants to build something brand new here. He has his fingerprints all over the organization already, shown his value. The only guy that could leave, I think, would be Camp.
Yeah.
Coach Camp. And I don't think he'd leave this season, but in a couple seasons, I can definitely see him getting a head coaching job somewhere.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I was just telling a good friend of mine the same thing. I think it was Adam Schefter put out there that the Titans were looking at a lot of top-notch defensive coordinators as head coach candidates. I said, man, if I'm looking for a head coach and I want, for some reason, if you want a defensive-minded head coach, Camp is the first guy I'm reaching out to. I hope they don't, man. And, if
within the Division II, I would hate that.
I know. I would hate that for the Titans of all places. I would hate that. But,
I can see, Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. I can see him going there.
I would prefer that. I would prefer anybody else to go to Tennessee other than Camp. But Camp's going to be a hot commodity, man, for sure.
I think in a couple of years, though. I think
he's got to stick it out one more year. Now, I mean, hey, if we win the Super Bowl this year, maybe not. But, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Maybe not.
But Coach Camp doing an incredible job. Definitely getting a lot of eyes on him for sure.
Definitely. So let's go back to the game, though. So Denver was I can't, there's been a handful of games over, my time watching the Jaguars that are just massive. Obviously we look at the Chargers game. We look at, the play-in game that year, 2-22 with the Titans.
Yep.
Those are, since I've been around, those have been the biggest ones. I'm sure in 17 too. Pittsburgh probably was another big one too.
Pittsburgh playoff game was,
me and Flash rewatched the 96 game. So that was a lot of fun to watch for the first time.
Yeah.
So there's been so many big games, they've been rare than most organizations, but it was a cool one to watch and root for during that time. So big ups to the team. So let's get into the game though. So initial takeaways. What was your initial takeaway from that game?
So this has been kind of my catchphrase for a lot of our big wins, is saying that we saw everything we needed to see. And I want to say that again, it was not a perfect game for us by any means.
We still have room to improve. That's the best part.
That's the best part.
We beat one of the best teams in the league handedly.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff that looked like red flags to me.
Right. Absolutely. There were things, there were moments where obviously you're feeling a little worried. You're like, whether it's some of the big pass plays, some of the, maybe missed tackles or broken tackles, I should say. But what we saw is that none of that mattered.
Right.
We saw what we needed to see this week, which was toughness, grit, and some offensive ingenuity, man. Some just really solid play calling, solid hands by our receivers, solid blocking from the receivers. We saw exactly what we needed to see. This was a very good team we played against, and we beat them in only the way that we could.
Yeah.
We didn't play their game. We played our game.
100%. I think this was a total team effort. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
You saw the defense step up when they had to, even though they were kind of getting gashed at times. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The offense was unbelievable. I think, we can get into the game ball.
Solid.
Game ball was Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, for the amount of shit Trevor Lawrence gets and has gotten and the adversity he's overcome.
Yeah.
That's when I was talking about being thankful. I was just happy, and I thought he deserved
He
this.
deserved it, and he went out there and he showed us why he deserved it, why he earned it, man. No turnovers, 3 passing touchdowns,
Another
a rushing touchdown.
One, yeah. It was unbelievable to see. I was I was really happy the last few games, obviously, with his play. Has been amazing.
Absolutely.
But, I think that Jets game really propelled him into it's the confidence era of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor never played with this sort of confidence before. Did you see the pregame tunnel speech that he gave? He's been dogged plenty of times in Jacksonville for not being able to get the guys going in that pregame speech. Did you hear what he said?
I actually don't think I think I saw a clip, but I don't think I heard the audio or anything with it. Now that I think about it.
I saw it right away. It was 2 minutes after it got released, and I listened. I couldn't hear it right the first time, and I listened back.
Yeah.
He said, I'll try to go to the tweet real quick, but he basically said, I'll paraphrase it, but basically he said, I know, everybody's talking this week about how good this defense is. He's like, well, guess what? I don't give a shit.
Good.
He's like,
Hell
like,
yeah.
whoever we line up against, we're gonna dominate, and they're gonna beat their ass. And that's basically what he said. That's when I knew, oh, this is gonna be a fun game.
Ooh,
and
when 16 is out for blood, man. Watch out.
He has that killer instinct in him.
Yes.
It does need to get drawn out, and I think that's why Liam Cohen's so good for him.
Yes.
But I think the team in general was so motivated to play this game. We talked about the national media. We'll talk about it later on too, but the amount of pushback and disrespect and just belittlement of Jacksonville and the franchise, like this team, I mean, Liam Cohen pushed every button possible.
Absolutely.
You could tell this team came out ready to play.
Every single player was reiterating, oh, we're just a small market team, Sean Payton. And you know what's funny is...
I don't even think that quote was that bad in real time, but I think that's what I'm saying about pushing the buttons.
Exactly.
Liam Cohen was like, I'm going to push this one until I break my finger off.
Exactly.
I mean?
Push the buttons you got to push to get that extra level of energy from your team. That's what good coaching is, man. That's what a good team is they find that material to give them that 11 out of 10 energy boost.
100%.
That's what it's going to take to beat good teams.
And I think we talked about all season how this team plays their best when they're pissed off and they're motivated.
Yes.
I don't see that going away.
No.
That was my question after the game, but not really. I was like, are they going to kind of have a letdown now that they're playing well? I think they have a lot more to improve. I think there's still another. We saw something today. I think it was Boomer Esiason and
oh my God,
somebody else from like a New York market. Mind you, the New York Jets have a 3-12 record. We just beat them 48-20. The New York Giants have a 2-13 record, and they're talking shit about how Jacksonville is a tiny market. We have an inferiority complex, and we're like, your teams just suck too, and we're performing. It's like we're gonna talk our shit because we obviously know everybody's against us, and that's just gonna add more and more fuel to the fire.
Absolutely. Show up on the gridiron. I don't care about the size of the market. How about the size of the talent in the team, the size of the heart, the fight,
these guys
the size of the fight, man. Let Boomer Esiason and all of them talk. Number 16 is taking notes.
Yeah.
He's kicking ass and taking names, man, and we're just getting started. While you were talking about being happy, I put out a tweet earlier today. I said, man, this is just the beginning. We're not even into the playoffs yet. We've got 96% chance. I know it's not clinched yet.
Well, no. I think
we might as well be in.
I think we theoretically did clinch, but I think we didn't get the division yet. That's what we were watching San Fran against the Colts right now. But San Fran just scored, by the way.
Let's go.
But it's really for Houston, you know what I mean? So I think here's the thing. I think at the end of the day, and we'll get into playoff brackets here later, I think we have a great shot at having a home field advantage, at least for one game, and they're gonna ride high going into playoffs. Let's talk about the game a little bit further though.
Let's do it. A
Denver.
little more detail here.
Game ball, we gave it to Trevor.
Yeah.
Really happy with how he's playing. I think he's earned the comeback player of the year. And he's really done it in Trevor Lawrence fashion with these hot second halves of the year.
Yeah.
I think I put out a tweet too. I said, hey, in the second, if they win this game, I think Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence deserve the coach of the year and the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I think Trevor's even pushing for MVP. He's
up there.
It's stretching it a little bit.
Top 5 candidate.
Because of how far Stafford's, out ahead. But he's got 2 games where he can put up a lot of statistics in the last 2 games going into the playoffs. So any real shot you think he has at the MVP, or is the comeback player of the year? I think it's him and McCaffrey. I mean, which one do you think he gets?
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, I know comeback player of the year has kind of sort of turned into most improved player of the year, unless you tore your ACL last year or something like that, which he didn't. He had injuries. We got to keep in mind, Trevor was basically, turned off for the end of last season, right? Because he had the concussion. He was banged up. So absolutely, he's got to be a top 3, top 2 finalist for comeback player of the year. For MVP, I'm looking at him as the number 3 option right now behind Stafford and Josh Allen. I think it's Stafford, Allen, and Trevor.
Yeah.
Now, let's see how these last 2 games go. But absolutely, he's got to get at least consideration, some votes for both of those awards. And Liam Cohen, here's the thing about Liam Cohen. The only other person in the league that I would consider for Coach of the Year is Ben Johnson, because they are both first-time coaches.
And they're very similar. I think both had a great weekend.
Yeah.
I think Liam deserves it. Well, I think they both deserve it, to be honest with you. But I think the job that Liam Cohen's doing with not really a rebuilt roster, you got to keep in mind, Liam Cohen really didn't make that many moves. But yeah, I like at least the comeback player of the year award going to Trevor, and Liam getting a really good shot. I think him and Mike Vrabel. I think Vrabel with the Patriots. That team technically had a higher draft pick than us. You know what I mean? So
you got to consider Vrabel
their
for
first
sure.
round pick. So, anyways, let's go into 3 up, 3 down.
Let's do it.
So this week, we typically in blowouts. I don't know if you necessarily want to call this blow. I think they kicked their ass.
Yeah.
They beat them by 14 points.
Handedly.
I put out a tweet, got like 350,000 views on it or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Ahead of time saying, guess what? I'm going to put it out now. The Jags are going to beat the brakes off the Denver Broncos. I got a lot of shit from Broncos fans. I was up last night until midnight replying to every single one of them.
That's what's up.
So I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in this game, though, there is a little bit of, there's some things that we can improve on. So let's do 3 up, 3 down, our traditional 3 up, 3 down.
Let's keep it real. Yeah. Instead of going 3 up, 3 further up, like we like to do.
Yeah.
I think at this point, we are used to winning.
We have a higher standard now.
We got higher standards. Absolutely. Look at us. Look at small market Jacksonville, used to winning by now.
Yeah.
So let's go 3 up, 3 down.
Who's your first stock up?
I mean, the guy that stole the show, man, I almost wanted to give him the game ball, but, you have to give the game ball to Trevor, but the number 2 guy, hold on, so you see the hands?
Parker Washington,
baby.
Our boy.
P-Dub, man, the hands on that guy, the ability to change direction and break a tackle, make a man miss. He has been such a great safety blanket for us, man, and he's not a big name guy. He's not a first, second, third, fourth round guy. He was like a fifth round pick, right? A few years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
He is showing up, and he's not just a return specialist. He's not just a slot guy. Whatever you ask him to do, he shows up, man, and he showed up big time against one of the top defenses. 145 yards? 145 receiving yards, most yards from one single receiver against the Broncos all season. And it's not our number 1 guy. It's not our number 2 guy. It's not the guy that we just extended. It's Washington. So props to P-Dub, man.
100%.
Love him.
I think that's a great example of how dynamic our offense is.
Yes.
And keep in mind, this is without Travis Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
So next year, watch out.
Yeah.
But I think Parker's really been the spark plug of the offense the entire season.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the return game, whether it's on offense, I think when Travis ends up coming back, I don't really want to see him in the slot. I would love to see him Parker Washington get a ton of targets.
Yeah.
Parker's been one of our most reliable receivers all year. And we talked about this Denver defense being, I was watching the broadcast back and they said they're on pace to break the Bears pass rush, the 85 Bears pass rush sack record or something like that.
Yeah, they're leading the league in sacks, and they sacked Trevor 5 times yesterday.
So I was really concerned about our offensive line.
Yeah.
But Parker's a great one. What's your second stock up?
Second stock up. It is tough, but I'm gonna stick with offense, and I'm gonna go Brenton Strange.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, he has been so solid for us, man. That touchdown catch was awesome. He had some good blocks again in the run game. He had another good first down, a little past the sticks.
I thought he might even get the ball more. I said he goes over 100 yards in this game, and he didn't get as many targets, but I think they were able to use them, and Trevor spread the ball out really well.
Absolutely.
They were cutting off Myers. I think that was an obvious thing that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So Brenton Strange and not Jacoby, Brenton Strange and Parker were great beneficiaries of that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Strange did a great job. They ask a lot of him, and he always delivers. I mean, even on Trevor's rushing touchdown, I loved that play call because they put Brian Thomas Jr. in the backfield.
Yep.
And then they had Brenton Strange out wide on the line.
Yep.
And he just eliminated that defensive back, and easy run in for Trevor. But he made some really great underrated plays. But the touchdown catch was beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Perfect route, perfect adjustment. Yep. The strategic kind of underthrow, back shoulder.
Yeah.
So,
Trevor was on fire.
He's absolutely on fire, and he knows how to connect with his guys, and he clearly has a good chemistry with Brenton. So you can't underrate him for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna go just with the offensive line. Listen, I know they gave up 5 sacks. I know they really didn't run the ball that well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It never got ugly. Like the beginning of the game was a little bit of a struggle. But then I thought they protected really well against, again, one of the top 2 best defenses in the league.
Absolutely.
That I said was on a historic, pace.
Yeah.
The secondary's pretty good too in some spots. So
phenomenal secondary. Let's be honest, they really are.
Well, I think we picked him apart.
We made him look bad.
I mean, Riley Moss. Ahead of the game, I know everybody was saying Surtain. I was saying Riley Moss is a liability. Their linebackers, I felt like we can get the ball out on them, and then they're playing with their backup, one of their backup safeties too. But anyways, I think the offensive line in general just was able to hold it together. You know what I mean? I don't think it was the best game they've ever had, but I think if they had anything less than what they did, it could have been like the Rams, or it could have been like Seattle, where Trevor's back there throwing the ball a million times,
in 2 seconds,
and it's it's not ideal. So I give it to the offensive line as an underrated stock up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, we fought through some adversity again with Makari going out. Hainsey went out, so we brought in Monaheim, and we brought in Walker Little to play right guard.
Yeah, Milam was in there. I think
Milam got in there at some point,
tight end, or even on the line. So it was. That's what I'm saying. It's a team effort. They did a lot to make this just a team effort, and everybody was used. We had guys going down the secondary too towards the end of the game.
Yep.
They came in. So I thought that was great. What's your last stock up?
This is a split for me between Jarian Jones, who was here tonight at Strings, and Monteric Brown.
Okay.
Because I think that they're both underrated corners that they get tried a lot, and Monteric Brown was a low draft pick. Jarian, I think he was 2nd or 3rd round, right?
Yep.
Not the biggest name guys. Jarian's pick, he ran the route for the receiver, man.
Yep.
And Monteric Brown, obviously, last week had a killer pick. This week had a killer hit, which, obviously, thankfully, Pat Bryant's okay.
Yep.
But those guys played tough. Yes, they got picked on a little bit. It's tempting to give them a stock down, but they did not let anything wear them down. It's like you get a guy, you leave a guy open, or honestly, those two didn't leave a guy open. We can talk about Jordan Lewis, but
sure.
The Denver Broncos got some chunk plays, and it's easy to kind of panic or whatever it may be as a defensive back. But those guys didn't, man. They played tough. They played aggressive. They made some good tackles. Jarian, earlier, they let that long run go for the touchdown. He was trying to punch it out. He missed the tackle, and I was so pissed. And so you could say stock down on him. But the thing is, with the interception, with the tackling, with the sticky coverage, you almost don't want to notice your corners because of sticky coverage.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, Evan Ingram had some big plays. They ran the ball a lot. They threw check downs to the receivers.
Yeah, Harvey killed us. We'll talk about more in stock downs. But I think that's a decent one. I think Jarian was definitely on my list. As a possible stock up for sure. I thought he played well, even because Newsome went down, right?
Right.
And then he had to come in. I thought he played well from the get go.
Right.
I gotta give it to Etienne. He didn't necessarily have a great game on the ground, but I felt like when you needed him down the stretch, there were some big runs that were, if you really rewatch the game, that was big. I also thought, coming out of the backfield. He had that one touchdown too.
Made that man miss, which was
I
amazing.
thought the red zone offense, I guess, would be a stock up because like they crushed them on third down and in the red zone.
So vital to success.
I guess where I really want to go is Liam Cohen.
Yeah, man.
I'm going back and forth between different players, but I think Liam Cohen really deserves that last stock up because
we're doing like 5 stock ups.
We're not stock further up, but we'll add a few extra ones in there. But yeah, I think it's a good wrap up. Stock downs. What's your first stock down?
I mean, I love this guy, but it was not the best game for him. I'm going to go with Jordan Lewis.
Okay.
Now, I know he's been fighting through some injuries, some pain, whatever all he's got going on. Beginning of the season, this dude was lights out, right? Had interceptions against, I remember Carolina, and I know he's got more than that. I'm just not remembering off the top of my head, but one of those touchdowns, man. I mean, I think it was like one of the first ones to Courtland Sutton in the back in the end zone. Exactly,
he kind of lost his direction or whatever, where his awareness of where Sutton was or where the ball was, maybe.
Exactly. And it's like, look, I'm not, pissed at him. I'm not saying anything like too crazy, but you're going to look at him as a veteran leader who's supposed to be one of the most elite defensive backs on our team, right? And it's not a good look, when you're trying to catch up to the guy who's just standing there wide open in the back of the end zone. We don't know exactly what happened, miscommunication, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it wasn't his best game, and he hasn't had like an awesome game in a while.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's had like like make plays off the charts like you saw in that Carolina game. That
exactly, early in the season. And our criticism only comes from saying because we know he's capable of so much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I definitely have all the belief still in Jordan Lewis. I think
absolutely
it's not like he's playing bad.
Right.
I think he's just it was a tough spot. And when it comes to the playoffs too, I'm very confident in Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
My first stock down, we had a lot of explosive plays.
Yeah.
And I thought we were very fortunate to only give up 20 points.
Yeah.
I thought that I said pick the over in this game, but I thought Denver could really scored a lot more. I think Bo Nix could be a stock down a little bit too. Because he had 350 yards in that game, but how did they not convert? That's where I have to rewatch the game, I guess, one more time because I don't understand how they didn't score more. I think our defense kind of, they gave up those big plays, but we held them in red zone, to field goals. The other thing I was going to say too is, explosive plays in the coverage. I don't know exactly who to give that on. I'm going to give it as like a broad stock down, like maybe Antonio Johnson,
secondary,
secondary in general.
It was only clear on at least one play. If we go back and look at it, it was clear at least once for Jordan Lewis. You could spread it out across most of the secondary, right?
But here's the other thing. Most of the explosive plays weren't like necessarily over the top. I know Ingram had a big play down the field, but I'm going to go to my second stock down. I think it's the lack of tackling. I thought the missed tackles in this game.
Missed tackling,
RJ Harvey went off.
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly because we can't tackle. And I've seen it happen the last few games, unfortunately, where, the Jets game, we gave up more in the run game than I thought we should have. The Titans game in the early was a little concerning.
Yeah.
I thought we played better against Indy at home. But it's not perfect. The defense as a whole, I think, is a stock down, even though they held them and they stepped up when they had to.
Right.
But I just think we know they can play so much better.
Absolutely.
So missed tackles was my second stock down. What's your second?
Yeah, I'm with you. Mine was, it's hard. Like, I think we're on the same page saying it's kind of hard to pick out a specific player, right?
I think it's themes more than players.
Yeah, at this point. But I think really the only obvious stock downs were all defensive, right? Because we knew that Denver had this great defense and we put up 34 on them, right?
Right.
I think maybe it's fair to say maybe we underrated the Broncos offense a little bit, but not really. They don't have a lot of star power. They've got a rookie running back. They've got a second-year receiver in Troy Franklin and everything. So mine is kind of sort of spread out across the D-line.
this was going to be my last point. So
Yeah.
keep talking about it.
Trayvon had some flashes. We didn't get any sacks, did we? We had tackles for loss.
Trayvon stepped up in some key moments when you needed a pass rush.
Yeah.
But I thought the rest of the guys were non-existent most of that game.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't get a lot of pressure. We had a few moments of clear pressure, and I think it was Trayvon.
And it's a good offensive line, okay?
That's very fair, too.
It's a very good offensive line, but I think the theme of this defensive line this year has been pressure but not sacks.
Right.
I'm not even sure we got that much pressure in this game.
Yeah,
I just thought we played well enough in the back end and in the linebacking core, and I didn't think we were able to really get to Bo Nix like I wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say the D line and the pass rush going into the later parts of this season and into the playoffs, like that's got to turn up. You have to get pressure.
Yeah.
If you want to win a Super Bowl, I'm just telling you this much: you have to get to the passer. You have to affect the pass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you look at the 16-0 Patriots back in the day, right? Why did they lose the Super Bowl? Because the Giants had this incredible pass rush.
Right.
Now, sure, we got a few pressures, right? But it's going to take more than that. And yes, they have a good O-line, but they don't have the best O-line in the league. Maybe that's debatable.
I think they probably do have the best offensive line in the league.
Maybe at this point, because they haven't had any injuries, and a lot of other big O-lines have had serious injuries.
I think they have at least one All-Pro and Bowles, and they did move. They did move Josh Hines Allen to the right side, because I think he was losing a lot of those battles against Bowles. So they tried him against McGlinchey, also a great Pro Bowl quality, tackle.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of tough all around.
It is tough, and what I was going to say is that you can't rely on the bull rush too much. You can't just rely on being more athletic. Like Trayvon Walker is one of the few people that can a lot of the time just rely on being bigger, stronger, faster than the other guy. Josh Allen,
he needs to be
we
more
didn't
of
hear
a
from Josh Allen, other than when he dropped back in coverage and made a tackle in coverage, which was pretty cool.
That was a nice play.
But yeah, just in general, the pass rush, obviously good O-line. It is exactly like you were saying. You have to step it up to the next level. You have to be ready to pull out every move in your bag to get to the quarterback.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more, I think, about where this team's going, the direction of this team.
Where are we going?
We're going into the playoffs.
Yes, we are.
Here's what I want to do next. I want to go through the playoff machine, the NFL playoff machine, where we're going to basically predict
the bracket
and see the bracket, how it shakes out. It's a lot less games now, so I think we could kind of fly through it.
Yeah.
So let's open it up. All right. So you got a few different options here. Let me pull this guy. All right. So first game this week, actually last game of this week, Colts looks like they're about to lose to San Fran. So let's give them the loss. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Next week, NFC doesn't really matter, so we're not going to touch on it. Do the Broncos kick the shit out of the Chiefs?
They should.
I think
the Titans beat the Chiefs. The Broncos should beat the Chiefs.
And now that they're motivated, now that they just lost.
Yeah.
This is really the biggest game of the season for us, just as fans watching other teams. You have Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's a good one.
Chargers are playing better since we played them. Similar to how Houston's playing better since we played them. So who do you got in that game? I have no firm thought on where it's going. Who do you have?
I mean, I'm rooting for the Chargers. Obviously, it is really hard to realistically say who's going to win that. I think it should be a close game. It should be a really tough matchup.
Yep.
But I am going to go with the Chargers because last season, Chargers were in the playoffs. They got knocked out by the Texans. They should very much have a chip on their shoulder and be out there ready to prove that they can handle a top-notch defense like the Texans. So I'm going to go with the Chargers by a field goal.
Yeah.
I think that the Texans offense is really
vanilla,
nothing special.
Yeah.
They've got Nico Collins. I get it. CJ Stroud plays some hero ball. I think the Chargers defense can handle the Texans. I think the Chargers offense can put up just enough against that Texans defense to win. I don't know. Call it 23-17 Chargers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm gonna give it to the Texans. I think
That's fair.
I think when I look at that matchup, I look at the strength of Houston, which is their defense and their edge players.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we played them, we got after the passer. We got after Herbert easily when we knocked him out of the game, or at least got him benched because they were scared he was going to get hurt. I think their offensive line's still weak.
They've had a lot of injuries on that O-line.
I'm going to go Houston is going to keep them under 20 points.
Yeah.
And I think their offense against the Chargers defense does just enough. Ravens, Packers, who you got? Try to go rapid fire going forward.
Well, I don't know what Jordan Love's status is. I know he got a concussion last night, right? Or yesterday. So if Jordan Love is playing, I'd definitely like the Packers.
Yep.
Now, Malik Willis shows up, does pretty well, had a great pass to Romeo Doubs for a touchdown.
Yep.
But the Ravens have not shown hardly at all this season that they know how to put games away. I think they lead the league in fumbles lost. So I've got to go Packers.
Okay. I'm cool with going Packers.
Yeah.
So let's kind of go through this kind of really rapid fire because there's a lot of games here. Steelers versus Browns. Who do you got?
Steelers.
Pats versus Jets. Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Titan. All right, hold on. Jags at Colts.
Definitely Jags. Phillip Rivers or not.
Yep. Let's go Miami. Doesn't matter. Let's go. Okay. Buffalo. You got Philly going to Buffalo.
Philly going to Buffalo.
So you got Eagles at the Bills. I have the Bills winning that game. I don't think Philly's. I think Philly's similar to Denver actually, but I think Denver's a better team.
Yeah, I like that. You said you have.
I have Buffalo
winning that. I like that. Honestly,
I don't think their defense is that great, but I don't think they have to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all they're going to do is focus on stopping the run against Philly. I like Buffalo. I think Josh Allen can make shit happen.
Yep. All right. Last week of the season, Chargers are going to Denver. This is really where the entire league or the playoff picture changes. Do you like Denver winning that game, or do you like the Chargers?
Honestly, I do. I think I'm going for Denver in that. I don't know exactly. I guess it would be better for us if the Chargers were to win, right? Because we're trying to go for that 1 or 2 seed. But I think Denver has a chip on their shoulder now. I think they're obviously going to expectedly beat the Chiefs, but that's going to be a big game. I'm going Denver.
Yeah, I'm going Denver too. I think Denver's a really good team.
Yeah,
I'm not in the camp of saying once you beat a team, hey, they suck.
Oh, they're terrible. No.
Well, listen, you want to beat good teams, and I think we did.
Absolutely.
So I don't think Denver is bad at all. I think think they have a great shot at that 1 seed. And I think they get it. Pats, I think they win over Miami.
Absolutely.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh. This is a fun one. I think that's for the division. No.
It probably won't be.
So even if the Ravens win that game, they won't get in.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh.
Definitely Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's getting in.
Yeah.
Houston versus the Colts.
Gonna be a good one, I think. But I mean,
I think Houston.
I think Houston should definitely beat that ass pretty good.
Yep. Buffalo wins against the Jets. And Jags versus Tennessee. We should obviously handle business.
Definitely be us.
So this is the playoff picture, guys. You got Denver Broncos as the top seed. They're at number 1. New England Patriots at number 2. Jacksonville Jaguars at number 3. And you got the Steelers at 4. And then as far as the matchups go, so the Chargers are going to New England. Who do you like in that game?
I like New England.
I like New England too. I think they beat him pretty handily. And by the way, in our matchup, I want Houston.
Yeah.
I want to make up for that fourth quarter. I think motivated as we need this team to be as motivated as possible.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play this game in Houston.
No.
But if we win the division like it looks like we're gonna,
absolutely
100% bring them home to Jacksonville.
Bring them here.
We will let them have it crowd wise. We're gonna pack the bank for that game. And I like Jacksonville taking care of business and kind of revenge. That's the first part of this revenge tour, I think.
Yeah.
In this disrespect tour, I think we settled that Texans versus Jags, who's better argument.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, if you give me that matchup at home, definitely taking the Jaguars. I mean, look, we had them beat. I don't know exactly what happened in that collapse.
7 out of 8 quarters we beat them.
Yeah.
It's not that
absolutely
that I'm underrating them.
No.
I just think we not only and we also have practice squad guys in that game. If you remember,
Yes.
we were up. We had 26 unanswered points, but we had Austin Trammell in the game and 3-day-old Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
What do you think we're gonna do now?
And then we had
it'll be a great game, but I think we'll beat them pretty well.
I think so too. I think we've learned a lot since that game. I think everybody on the team feels like they have something to prove against the Texans.
And that's what I love most about it.
So honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of hoping we don't get them in the first round.
No, I want them right away.
You want them right away?
I want them right away.
Go ahead and get it out the way.
Get it over with.
That's fair.
I don't want Baltimore. I want Buffalo. Even though Buffalo would be a fun one, I think they're going to win too many games, and I think it's going to line up exactly how it is now.
I'll tell you this. I'm not afraid of any team in the AFC.
Yeah.
I think we can handle
wide
any
open.
team in the AFC.
It's wide open.
Absolutely.
Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Who do you like in that game?
Buffalo's going to take that, I think.
I agree. So Denver is going to play Buffalo.
Yep.
That'll be a great game. Buffalo will go 2 Mile High.
Yep.
And it looks like
we would
we're gonna
go to New England,
which is another fun one. I like both of those matchups as well. Who do you like in the Denver versus Buffalo game?
Ooh, that is tough. Honestly, I think I got to go with Denver. I think they're a much cleaner team. I think they're, at this point, a more well-rounded, well-coached team. I think Josh Allen can only do so much. And with that Denver defense, you know what they're going to be thinking. They're going to be like, try to run it on us, Josh Allen. We will take you down. And he can't do it all himself. James Cook is great. He can't do it all himself.
The best game to look at for context is when they went to Houston this year.
Yeah.
When they went to Houston this year, they had a very tough game against that defense. I think it's a very similar game that they play in Denver.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like Buffalo to win, just because I'd like to have an AFC championship game at home, or at least the possibility of it.
Absolutely.
I think Denver's going to win.
Yeah.
Us at New England, I think New England's beatable.
Absolutely.
I think they're a good team, obviously.
Yeah.
I just don't think they can close out games. They don't have a good enough pass rush. They don't have a good enough run game at times. I think in that game, it's going to be both quarterbacks will have fun games. It will be kind of high scoring-ish. But I think our defense and Denver, I mean, New England's got a similar type of defense, I feel like. But I just feel like we have better talent on that side of the ball. I think we win probably by 7, 4 to 7 points, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it would be a really good matchup.
They avenged themselves from the Miles Jack being down.
Yeah. The Miles Jack wasn't down. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Knock on wood or whatever. The year back in '96 when we beat the Broncos in the playoffs,
New England.
We ended up losing to New England to end our season. Now, here is how we break that curse. All right. This year, we go to New England. We beat New England. All right. Because we're all thinking back to 2017 and we're thinking all the way back to 96. Honestly, not to mention, we lost to New England in 07 or 09.
Yeah.
So this is absolutely the year that we avenge all of that. We are very capable of beating New England. It's all on Drake May. Drake May would have to have the absolute game of his life for them to have a chance against us, and I think we can handle him for sure.
I agree. I think the thing, every time I look at the playoffs and teams winning the Super Bowl, I say, who do they have to go through? Because in my experience, or at least watching teams going to the Super Bowl that win it, they go through the thick of it. They go through a tough schedule, and that by the time they get to the Super Bowl, they're so battle tested that they're prepared and they're able to win close games or even blow out some teams. So I like playing Houston. That's a tough game. I like us winning that. I like us against New England. I like us winning that. We go to Denver. Now here's really where the rubber meets the road.
Big one.
Beating Denver beating the Broncos in Mile High 2 times is very unlikely.
It would be tough.
It's very unlikely that you do that. Is it possible? Yes.
Absolutely.
Would I love to see it? Obviously, but I don't know. I would not feel good going into that game. I'll be honest with you.
I would
Even
definitely
though we just beat them handedly,
Sure.
I think they'd be ready to play, and it would be a much closer game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a much tougher game. It's going to be grittier. And this game was already gritty. It was already tough. We saw some big, hard hits. It's going to be, if this is what ends up happening, it would be that exponentially, man. I mean, I'm telling you, there will be personal fouls. There will be. It's going to be nitty gritty. And you know what? For us to win that game, Anthony Camp is going to have to dig deep.
I agree.
And
we'd have to
the game of his life, man.
We'd have to dominate Bo Nix, and all those explosive plays that we talked about.
Yeah,
absolutely will not and cannot happen if you want to win that game.
Absolutely.
I think we could and probably would pull it out. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make any promises, but let's say they do win that game.
Yeah.
Let's go to their first Super Bowl.
We go to the first Super Bowl. There'll be riots across the city just for making the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we're probably going against what? The Rams or the Seahawks?
I want, again, just like I wanted Houston, I want the Rams in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, just for the storylines.
Yeah.
The Sean McVay, kind of the same thing that happened in London.
Yeah.
We got blown out. We would be underdogs once again, I think, in that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though the Rams just lost to Seattle, I don't even think they'll have the first seed.
That was a crazy game, but yeah.
I think us versus the Rams would be a great Super Bowl. And wishful thinking, I think we win our first Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, hey, that would be ridiculous. That would just be one for the books, man.
That'd be the greatest season in Jaguars, obviously.
Easily, yeah, by a million miles.
But I think just that tail end, you'd have so many great games between the Texans, the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Rams. That would be a historic run.
That's a movie.
That's
a movie, man.
A first-year head coach.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year, Trevor. It might be the greatest season of all time.
Yeah.
I mean,
get the 30 for 30 ready. All right.
But that honestly, though, as a rookie head coach,
it's incredible.
A franchise that's been historically awful.
Yeah.
And embarrassing at sometimes. You know what I mean? For us to be able to turn it around in basically 1 year.
Yeah.
With the skeletons of these past teams that have shown flashes and Trevor Lawrence carrying us all the way through into a Super Bowl victory, that'd be unbelievable.
It would be unbelievable, man. And this city would be the place to be on earth. Like, I don't care where you are. You come to Jacksonville to come party if the Jaguars win the Super Bowl. Now,
hell yeah.
I know, we all know we're getting ahead of ourselves.
It's a long shot, guys, but
it's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question now.
We're not being ridiculous here.
And you've seen that happen as soon as this is why I think it's a turning point in a lot of people's careers and in this team and in the organization and the franchise, frankly.
Yeah.
I think has this game, depending on what they do next, obviously, but has the ability to really turn a page for the whole entire franchise in the region of what the Jacksonville Jaguars are known as. Yeah. And we're young. We're relatively young.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody's young. The head coach, the GM, the quarterback, our O-line.
Listen, I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves saying we're going to be the next Kansas City Chiefs.
Right. No.
I would like us to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But I think we have a great shot this year.
We do have a very good shot. Now, I believe our next topic is probably what the national media is saying. And I'm sure a lot of people, the talking heads out there, if they were to hear us right now, the Richard Shermans of the world might laugh at us.
Well, hold on. Me and Flash did get laughed at.
Oh, y'all got laughed at.
In person. In our face.
Ooh.
Before the Denver game.
Ooh.
We were at Strings. We had two gentlemen sitting, across from us.
Were they wearing Broncos hoodies?
No.
Who the hell is this?
We asked who their team was. They're like, we don't, I don't actually know what he said. But But basically, we were talking about, hey, what if the Jaguars actually win the Super Bowl? And they almost fell out of their seats laughing.
Well, hey, some people have no imagination and no hope in their lives, all right? And I pity those people because here in Jacksonville, in small market Jacksonville, we grew up dreaming of the Super Bowl, and we have been very close. Yeah. 2 separate times, very close.
I think we have a good shot. So let's go to the last part. We'll wrap it up on the Colts. It looks like I'll try to look at. Oh, they're actually. Is it a tied game right now? 14.
Well, we have 14-14 right
14.
now.
Holy shit.
Hey, I mean, is there a benefit to the Colts winning?
Absolutely not.
Not really.
No, you want them to lose.
We want the Niners. Well, I mean, I suppose if the Colts were to win and then the Texans were to lose, the Colts would get in. I would rather beat the Colts. They're an easier beat, an easier win.
I'm
I think,
not in for give me an easy playoff team. I want the thick of it.
Yeah.
Trust. Like I said, if you play the best of the best, and beat the best of the best, you'll
get the best out of the way earlier.
Out of these players. So, do they fumble it? Okay. Anyways, we'll get back to it. Wrapping up on the Colts, though, we'll figure out this game afterwards. How do you feel about them going to Indianapolis and winning that game?
I feel better than I did a couple of weeks ago. I could not care less about Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
I realize that he gives them a better chance of winning than Riley Leonard, but doesn't it say a lot about your team that you have to go get a grandpa to play quarterback when your rookie quarterback is not enough hope for you? Like, this team is not put together well. They've got a lot of talented people, and Jonathan Taylor and whoever else, Tyler Warren, etc.
Sure.
We can handle these guys just like we did a couple weeks ago. Sure, it'll probably be closer.
Yeah,
I think it'll be closer.
I don't think they'll lay down at all like they did in the last game.
They'll probably score more against us, but I like us.
Or we'll score less, maybe.
Maybe. Because we get the ball a little bit less.
I think DeForest Buckner did come back in this game. I'll have to double check it.
That's a great point.
So maybe we struggle running the ball.
Maybe a little bit less running. Yeah, sure. We have to kick a few more field goals instead of scoring touchdowns, but I still like us. I mean, I call it, let's say 31-24 Jaguars. 31-24 Jags.
Yeah, after an emotional win, it's always a scary moment where you could have a letdown game.
Yeah, you got to prove yourself every single week.
I will say, even though I do think the Jags are for real, I think, not that they have a letdown game as in they lose, but I do think it's a closer game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Than you want it to be.
Absolutely. And I think
maybe it won't feel like it. Maybe it'll be a 7 to 10 point lead, and you're like, why are you still in the game with these guys?
Right. And I'm kind of envisioning at one point in the game it might get to be 28-24.
Yeah.
We're all feeling a little bit uncomfortable. We kick a field goal.
Yeah.
They get the ball back. We put it away.
Yeah, I like that. So 31-24 is your score?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. I think we score a little bit less.
Maybe.
So I go 29 to 24. No,
all right.
26. I think it's a closer game. I think they get probably I think it's a pretty comfortable 10-point lead, and then they get a garbage time touchdown.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, there's only 3 points.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the national media talks shit again, and then we'll fire it up against Tennessee, and then we'll go into the playoffs, feeling good.
Let Dick Sherman talk his shit. I want to see what he says this Thursday when he breaks down the AFC playoff picture.
I think he's already talked about the playoff picture.
Well, he says he refuses to watch the Jaguars because the fans are so annoying. Let's go, Jacksonville. We pissed off Richard Sherman.
I love the fact that everybody on Twitter is like, I didn't know Jacksonville had fans. And it's like,
yeah, we've been hearing that joke for 20 years now.
This was their Super Bowl. We've played, and we're the most Super Bowl experience than any team in the league.
Here's why I think we're making the Super Bowl is because everybody has said congrats on winning your Super Bowl for 6 weeks in a row now.
Yeah,
that's starting to make me think, you know what? Maybe we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, San Fran,
Houston the first time around.
Yeah, but Kansas City. Sorry,
Kansas City, absolutely.
Couldn't get it out.
Kansas City, everybody.
Obviously, the last one. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Score predictions. Let's get a player prediction, and then we'll wrap up on that. Offensive player for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go with my guy, Brenton Strange, man. I think, even if it's not a huge statistical game for him, he's definitely going to have some receptions. I would love to see him get another touchdown with a linebacker covering him like we just had against Denver. But I think we're going to see some really clutch blocks out of him. Not going to be this incredible stat line, but he's going to definitely have some clutch receptions on third down and in the red zone. So offensively, I think Brenton Strange is going to show up when we really need him. Defensively, man, exactly as the last time we played the Colts, I'm going to go with Devin Lloyd. I'm not saying he's going to pick off the first play of the game like last time, but I think we're going to see Lloyd, get some pass pass deflections, or you know what I'm saying, breaking
Sure.
up the passes, tackle for a loss, get some pressure. I really love Devin Lloyd against the Colts and Brenton Strange against the Colts.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I think offensive player of the game for myself. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence again.
You know, that's definitely an easy one to go with. Like,
I think he keeps up the same. And I talked about this. Well, we don't have to talk about it too much, but I said something today on Twitter, basically like, I think Shady McCoy said something about. LaShawn McCoy said something about like still not trusting or believing in Trevor.
yeah,
Although I do believe and trust in him, I will
Absolutely.
say he needs, in order for him to cement himself in the top 10 quarterback conversation, like his rest of his career, he's got to be consistent. He's shown that he can be, and he can have games like he had last week.
he has been for what, 6 weeks now, been pretty strong for 6 weeks
But
here.
he needs to the biggest question is, now he's here, can he keep it up here?
Exactly.
And can he not dip and go back and up
for
and
the
down?
next 2 weeks.
So I'm gonna give that challenge to him and say, hey, can you do that? I think he does do that against the Colts. Probably rushes for 2, throws for 2 kind of game,
I would love that.
something like that.
You know, and I always want to go with Trevor, you know what I mean? But for some reason, when I think offensive player of the game, for some reason, I'm like, well, yeah, obviously Trevor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I like that, though. I think Trevor's going to have a very solid game. It might not be like huge numbers, but he does what he does. He does what he needs to do to win.
Yep.
That's what I'm expecting, for sure.
Me too. Defensive player of the game, man, Phillip Rivers. We're playing Jonathan Taylor.
Might be a big Trayvon game.
I like Trayvon too.
Yeah, might be
I'm
a
gonna
Josh.
go Trayvon. I think Trayvon gets a handful of sacks.
Tackles for loss.
Tackle for a loss. I apologize. I think he's going to have a handful of tackles in the run game. And then I see him getting a sack and a half, something like that.
I'd love to see a forced fumble out of him too, man. Like,
he only has 2 sacks this year.
Yeah, which is weird.
He's been injured.
Like he's had a tough season for sure.
He's been injured, but he's been affecting the play. But it's been a hard. I think we were talking about this with Brent Martineau.
Yeah.
When we had him on the Jungle Beat podcast, and we were talking about all the guys who got to sign in the offseason.
Right.
And Trayvon, he thinks that both him and the team are going to kick that down the road till next year because he is a free agent, but I think probably like a franchise tag. And then the following year,
didn't we exercise the fifth year option on him? Didn't we? Don't we get him? We get him next season still.
I could be wrong.
Devin Lloyd, we did not exercise the 5th year option on.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was getting.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure to extend Trayvon.
Hold on.
But
Trayvon was after Devin. No, same year. All right, so you're right.
Same year.
You're right. I think we did pick up the 5th.
We did pick up.
Yeah,
his
so
5th.
so
yeah.
it's an extension, not a resign. That's what it is.
Right.
Yep. All right. Cool, man. All right. Well, it's a great podcast.
Hell yeah.
Good shit, bro.
Dude, Victory Monday is always the best.
Let's go. Let's get a DUVAL and get out of here.
DUVAL.
Peace. Like and subscribe.